Okay, 6th grade. Today's objective is I can identify and explain the plot development of Chapter 9. So we're going to be working on identifying the climax, the crisis, and the resolution. Now, if you remember, the climax of a story, that's the turning point of the story. This is where the action changes. So whenever you see climax, I want you to think about the part of the telltale heart where the narrator kills the old man, because that's the turning point of the story. That's what the action has been building towards, and that's when everything changes. Now, the resolution of the story, that's where the conflict is solved or resolved. Now, I've noticed some of us getting the resolution and the climax confused. Remember, the resolution of a story is when the crisis is solved. It's fixed. The climax is the turning point. So let's have a little talk about Chapter 8. So in Chapter 8, if you remember, Brian wakes up, he had that strange dream, and he's sitting in the forest, and the sun starts gleaming down. And all of a sudden, the sun catches the hatchet, and Brian looks at it and notices that the hatchet is gleaming like fire. And now Brian understands that he can use the hatchet to make fire. Now things have changed. Now Brian understands how he can make fire. So what part of the chapter was this? So the climax of this chapter is that Brian realizes he can use the hatchet to create fire. This is the turning point of the action. It's the turning point of the chapter, because the entire chapter Brian's been like, how can I make fire? What can I do? Now he figures out he can use the hatchet. Now, we need to pull a quote to prove that this is the climax. So, what I want you to do, you're going to look at the following quotes, and you're going to need to tell me which one supports the idea that Brian, seeing the hatchet gleaming in the sun, is the turning point. Really, really great job, 6th grade. Let's get practicing now.